I love, 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 love this question. This one comes from Christina Pompili. Hopefully that's right. I'm really sorry if it's not. Hi Jackie, I'm a broadcast journalism student. I'm literally finished in a month and have my first internship with TSN this summer. I'm super excited. I want to get into sports, but I also don't know a whole lot about every sport, and I'm so nervous that my weaker knowledge on certain sports will set me back. Any tips, tricks on what to expect when I'm there? By the way, big freaking fan. Thank you. Yeah, I had to toot my own horn there because I was excited. First things first, I don't know everything about every single sport. Shocker. So here's what I would have to say to you, Christina. It's not gonna set you back at all. It will only set you back if you allow it to. Number one, own it. And by that, I don't mean like walk into TSN the first day of your internship and be like, hey, I don't know anything about baseball, sorry. Don't do that. Definitely don't do that. I, for example, hate soccer. I hate it. I don't like it. I don't watch it. And so I don't pretend to like it, and I don't pretend that I know everything about it. This one will be debated a lot. I used to disagree with coworkers of mine all the time that would say, why are you so open about not liking or not knowing soccer? Don't you think that's gonna hurt your credibility? And I say, haha, no, no, no. I don't think it hurts my credibility. I think it actually helps my credibility. The last thing I would ever want is to have people think that I'm a phony, and also to feel like a phony. I want to keep it real. So I've always been very open about the fact that I don't like soccer and I don't pretend to really know anything about it. Or if you don't know it, that's okay. Just own it, because I think people will respect you. And someone once told me, shout out Rob Pizzo, if you don't know something, don't say it, because it's only gonna make you look silly if you A, get it wrong, or B, if you just don't come across as believable, and then people think that you're a little bit phony. Now, number two, fantasy sports will teach you so much so fast. Christina, if you really do want to know more about football and baseball, I strongly suggest that you play fantasy football and or fantasy baseball. It's a time commitment and it's gonna take some work for you, but it's also a lot of fun. And if you find some friends that wanna do it with you, it becomes a bit of a competition. The reason I say play fantasy football or fantasy baseball is this. I don't know where you're from. I wanna kind of click on your profile now to see where you're from. Let's see where Christina's from. Why won't it let me go? Oh, I'm like, why won't it let me go to this girl's profile? And then I realized that I took a screenshot of her question and I'm not actually on Instagram, so I'm an idiot. Hold please. You are from Toronto. So the reason I say to play fantasy sports is because whether you live in Toronto or Edmonton or New York or Chicago or Boston, you're gonna get a little bit of bias in the sports coverage when you turn on the TV in the morning to watch the highlights, when you watch your favorite sports shows, local sports shows, you are gonna get a little bit of geographical bias, let's say. So in Toronto, you're probably hearing a lot about the Blue Jays, a lot about the Leafs, a lot about the Raptors, a lot about the Argos, so on and so forth. If you really want to expand your knowledge and know the league better, it's actually gonna force you to pay attention to players on teams that you wouldn't otherwise pay attention to. And that's huge for you, because you don't wanna be somebody that only knows about the Toronto teams. You wanna be somebody that knows the league. So if you're interested in learning more about a sport, I strongly suggest playing. So if you wanna learn more about a particular sport, especially in your case, Christina, with football and baseball, play fantasy sports. It is gonna teach you so much so fast. It's gonna blow your mind, because you're gonna be invested. You're gonna care what players are doing that you don't otherwise pay attention to, because they're on your team. And if you're competitive like me, you're gonna be competitive about it, and you're gonna be looking at it every single day. So you're gonna become more and more familiar with those players and what their teams are doing and what they're doing in that particular season. I hope that helps. Two things to sum up the answer to Christina's question. Number one, own it. Don't be fake, don't be phony, don't pretend to be an expert about something if you're not. Number two, fantasy sports will teach you so much so fast. Thank you so much for all the questions. I really appreciate your enthusiasm. It actually makes me feel good to try to help you guys as well, because I was in your situation once. Good luck. I want the best for you guys. If you enjoyed this video and you want me to keep doing more, leave a comment and I will try to do another segment like this in a couple of weeks. Good luck chasing those goals. Go get them.